when I started college, when I was going into college, my understanding of student loans were that they were loans like every other loan. But I understood it as, a loan that is specially granted to kids of a certain age, because otherwise it's very unlikely that, an 18-year-old would get a loan for that amount of money with like no proof of income, no prospects necessarily proving you'd make it back.
I had a general understanding that I would have loans and that I would also receive some scholarships, but I don't think I fully understood what that would actually look like in terms of how that would impact my life later on.
And I knew that you took out a lot of money and you also gained interest. I definitely think that I did not have a full understanding, and I definitely think that high schools in general should teach more, because I don't know anything about like the specific type of interest. To me, I don't even know what type of loan I have. I kind of went through my dad. Like, glad that I had like my dad to help me, but a lot of kids don't really have parental figures that know about numbers or like know things. So as much as I'm in the blind, like there's more people who are like blind.
It's not because no one explained it to me, but I think the biggest thing was the difference between an unsubsidized and a subsidized loan, and how those amounts change as you get older. So as you become a junior and a senior, those amounts change, but also they vary based upon if you are filing as an independent or as a dependent. So I wish that I had kind of had more awareness of that.
A common issue that I'm finding are that students don't know the difference between a subsidized and an unsubsidized loan. So let's take a look. Certain federal student loans, such as the Perkins loan, are government subsidized. This means that the government pays the interest on your loans while in school, and during a grace period, which is usually 6 months after graduation. Private student loans are not subsidized, so interest starts accumulating from day one and you're responsible for paying for it, even while a student. Now be aware that not all federal student loans are subsidized. For example, Stafford loans are a direct unsubsidized loan. You're still borrowing money from the government, but you're responsible for paying for the interest that accumulates while in school.
I wish that when I had signed them, I had more of an understanding that this is going to be what will probably dictate at least the near future.
You don't look at them all 4 years. Like, you start them when you graduate and you're like, all right, cool, this loan, like, it's fine, like, it'll be fine. And then you don't look at them until like, you're like, oh, I just graduated, like, I have 6 months. And you're like,